Hi everybody, so this is different than my normal videos because I'm not just live streaming a performance. I wanted to kind of show you the setup for my little mobile rig here. So this is 100 HP, 6U of 100 HP that I built into a $35 tool, Ridgid tool organizer that I picked up at Home Depot. It cost me 35 bucks, I think. And I basically bought some rails, had them custom cut to 100 HP from Pulp Logic, I believe, and ears, and then screw them in on the sides, and voila, I have a 100 HP by 6U portable case that's pretty rugged. Like, there's a top that goes on this that is big and plastic, and it's lightweight, and it's water resistant too. I think it may be waterproof. Like, there's a little ridge right around the edge here that when the top's on it seals. Right down here at the bottom that you can't see really in the video because of where my camera is. Oh, there you can see it a little bit. Right over here, there's a little metal rod that you can pull out and put back in, and that'll attach the actual top to it. So this could be patched and carryable. And so this is my control rig that I've just redone that can also be a portable gig rig. So here's a, let's see, put the audio on so you can actually hear it. Why is that? Oh, this is muted. That's why. So it's Queen of Pentacles over here. So I've got a drum module. I've got the Erica Synth sample drum, which is also a drum module, but it's also a sample player that's kind of performable. I've also got a mimetic digitalis and a intuitive quantizer to actually send out quantized melodic things from the 4 channels of the mimetic digitalis, which is very performative. I've got 2 steppies here with custom black panels that I got from BKM panels, and this is what I use for all the triggers on the Queen of Pentacles, and I have it perma-patched into the 7 channels of Queen of Pentacles, and that's the 7 tracks of this. And then I have 1 extra track that's not patched currently that I can use for whatever. I could use it for a different rhythm going into the sampler or triggering the beat on the mimetic digitalis. I also have like all the outs of Pam's new workout to use on all this. I use Hexmix as my main mixer. The only thing that I don't like about Hexmix is it only has 6 channels, but that's where the ER-301 comes in. A lot of people don't understand the ER-301 because it's rather complex and has a steep learning curve. But basically, you can create whatever you want to in it because it's a whole module inside of a module. So what I've done here, just to give you an example, is created little mixer units. Channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have up to 8 different mixed things in here. And if we dive into one of these, if I click enter, that wasn't exactly what I wanted, but we'll keep on entering. And we go in here. Wait, what did I click wrong? Oh, this is what I want to do. If I click here, you'll see there's actual music coming in from N1 and 2 right here that is patched from my chainsaw, which is in my other rig right now. But there's actual music coming in here that you can't hear right now. But if you dive down here, there's a sc.cv unit. And if we look at that unit, if we navigate over to it, you'll see that it is set to bias of 1 and a gain of 1. And that is, if we jump up, there's up, is attached to a gain of 1 with a bias of -1 on this VCA that is at the end of this mixer chain. So this mixer chain could have an incoming signal like this currently does, or it could have a sample playing, or it could have a sine oscillator that is actually generated by the ER-301 itself. I could insert other units here, and here's the whole list of units that are available for the ER-301 that are all digital units. But basically I use this as an expander for my modular for anything that I need to patch. I just have to make sure that I patch it at the end of the chain because the outs are not DC coupled, so there's no way to send CV signals out of the ER-301, but you can send tons of CV in, you can send audio in, and yeah, and so anyway, I'm not going to insert anything right now because this is already set up. But the cool thing is I got this Sweet 16 Mk2 module, which has 16 crossfaders, which via that SCV1 unit that I showed you are actually connected to the ER-301 via an I2C connection on the back of this. So without any extra cables, this is connected to this. And what that means is that one channel, which is set to channel 1 of this, is controllable by this slider. So if I increase this slider, and also the chainsaw is going through this tip-top Z5000. I always want to call it the Z75000. I don't know why, but it's the Z5000 multi-effects. So that's just a crazy hall reverb that I've got going right now that was playing through. So basically I can ramp in any sounds, and so I can create up to 16 virtual channels, not just based on these sliders, but there are 16 inputs on the ER-301, 12 down here at the bottom that can take in, you know, CV or whatever, and then there's 4 additional in the middle here that are audio ends. There's also 4 gate triggers that can come in, so you can actually take CV gate in these 4 as well. So it's actually 20 inputs, 16, 4 audio, 4 gates, and 12 whatever the hell you want to plug in. So anyway, I've created this as a default template right now, just with if we go over this, I just created it with 8 channels, but I could easily copy any of these and add more, and I can create whatever one of these inputs I can route into any of these and treat them however I want to. So on this rig, what I've done is perma-patched it so that the audio out, this is, if I go up here to the top of the chain, this is out 1 and out 2 are stereo right here with all of these mixed things coming in through them. And they're going out these 2 blue cables right there that are tendrils that are tucked into a little 1 HP of space I have and plugged into the 1 and 2 on the Hexmix panned hard left and right. So I can actually create a, you know, stereo sound effect or setup the way I want to there. And then my plan is next to take channels 3 and 4, which I have not done yet. So if I click over to them, there's nothing there. But I can just click 3 and 4 together and it joins them together. But I'm going to use 3 and 4 here to be an effects processor loop for one of the send channels on the Hex expander. So that's the plan anyway. And all this audio, this will be routed. Well, this is already routed back into the channel 3 return, but I don't have a send coming in yet, but I will eventually route that. And that way I can have effects coming from other things in my modular, but also whatever effects units I want to put in here. And if we look in the options here, they have, let's see, hold on a second. A bunch of delays and reverb. So you can create your own custom delays and reverb with their own controls, in addition to all the types of sampling interesting things you have. And you can also do a bunch of different filters. There's a ton of filters here too, so I could use those there as well. So that's kind of the idea. And if you look under oscillators, you'll notice there's sine oscillator, alias, triangle, et cetera, a bunch of options. There's clocks. There's everything you want in a modular system is being developed over time in this system. It's a great module. Anyway, so if we go back to channel 1 and 2 where I have all these, I have something else in channel 2. And so basically this makes this very playable when I have other things plugged in. I only have 2 channels plugged in besides the drums, but I'm going to give you a little performance example of that right now. By the way, this number 2 option here is Deckard's voice making all that noise. And this is Chainsaw. And this is Queen of Pentacles. And this is what I call fun. Thanks, everybody.